What you gonna do?
I've never heard that, but you know that's the origin of cap. I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look.
There's a principle that
Right.
we have to follow.
Yeah.
We have to have.
You know, be true to yourself. You know, you don't have.
And when I came back, the place was a mess. So I knew I was missed.
Deep in here now. Now
It's
deep.
incredible. Man.
I
love it.
Me
That's
too.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And applying the recovery, I thought.
All right, welcome to the McShin Foundation's Get in the Herd podcast here in Richmond, Virginia. We want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors. Up first is the Seed Institute. Seed Institute. If you have any questions about trying to get some trainings, they specialize in trainings, and they also help individuals start their own LLCs. They specialize in startup businesses. They are minority owned as well. So reach out to them, 804-939-0541. And then next up, we have the Farley Center. That was my angel on my shoulder there. We have the Farley Center. They are a treatment center located in Williamsburg, Virginia. If you have any loved ones or anyone that needs some services for substance use disorder and or mental health, give them a call. They have a detox and they take commercial insurances. 804-638-7329. Kelly Eason is the name of their coordinator. Give them a call, the Farley Center. Thank you, Farley Center, for that sponsorship. And then up next, we have Rooted Hair Studios. They are located in Colonial Heights, Virginia. If you give them a call and mention McShin, you'll get 10% off your next hairdo. So go on, get your hair done. Rooted Hair Studio, 804-919-3851. They are located in Colonial Heights, Virginia, and they are locally owned as well. So they're not a whatever commercial brand studio. They're locally owned. So give them a call, 804-919-3851. Mention code McShin, get 10% off. And then we have one last sponsor who wanted to remain anonymous. So we do want to shout them out for that sponsorship. They sponsored the podcast, so I don't have anything to sponsor. I don't have anything to say for them.
Lunch today.
Yes, but we do want to shout them out and say, thank you for that, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate all of our sponsors. And with that, we're going to get into our next episode. Hey! Good morning. Good. Well, if you don't.
It
What
could
does
be
that
morning.
sound?
It's brunch.
If you don't
It's a
eat,
vacuum. It's a vacuum.
Is the quiet
It's all
light
good.
on out there?
it's all good. We let them vacuum. They're just cleaning. We're good.
Yeah, they probably can't hear
Yeah.
it on this.
It's,
All right,
it's,
okay,
it's
go
cool, but it's not. I was in the detention center one time, and the drill instructor said it's not good afternoon until after you eat lunch.
Oh.
So right now we're still good morning.
ahead. Oh, good morning to you too.
Good
Top of the morning
morning.
to you,
Yes,
as a
yes,
matter of
yes.
fact. Were you in the detention center where there was no canteen and they'd be like apple soda,
Yeah, and a granola bar.
granola, wash it down with an apple soda.
I don't quite remember that, but
Yeah,
there
them
was
granola
no
bars
can-
are probably good as hell
there-
too, boy.
there was-
Eat them, yeah.
was no canteen. And this is what I did. I had my mom visit me, and I had her like sneak a bunch of candy, and because I worked at the
What kind of candy we talking about? Reese cups?
It was just all kinds of candy. And I worked at
Oh,
that.
you were hustling them. Oh,
Yeah.
you were so terrible,
I
bro.
know it was bad. I ended up getting the same one. Andy went there. He got kicked out of it. I think you got to bring it closer to you, Tim.
Yeah,
Bring
bring
them
him, yeah, pull
Yeah,
up your
you
mic.
got
Yeah,
you gotta.
I got it.
yeah, you
There
got
you
it.
go.
There
Yeah,
we
you
go.
got to get up in there in close to the mic. Sorry.
All right, what's up, everybody out there on planet Earth? Here we are. We're ready to get into this, man. We got a good. I'm excited about this guest right here, man. I've been watching him. He's doing big things, bro. He's quiet and reserved, but also focused and driven. I love it. I'm your favorite Martian, Travis, and I got my homeboy here, Jesse, man, and we got a recently commenced participant, Tim.
You all right there, Olo?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
fixing. We're
He
fixing
doing
the
Spider-Man
That's
right
a
now.
producer right there, bro.
Spider-Man. He do like Spider-Man.
We're doing some production.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Good morning. We were just having a little conversation about morning and afternoon, so it's morning time. Good morning. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We are excited. We're very excited. It's Black History Month.
Yeah.
So
February.
yeah, that's my birthday in February too. But one thing we wanted to do is we
Valentine's
definitely,
Day, as a matter of fact.
yeah, on Valentine's Day.
That's why you're
but-
so sweet, bro. You're so nice. It must be the birthday. You think? I mean, is that where you think that has anything to do with your disposition?
I don't like what he just did there. I don't know if you caught that, but I caught it right.
Can't even get.
And I don't know.
it
I don't know if
Yeah.
that was.
I meant nice
Yeah,
and loving, kind of like a teddy bear. I mean, I like.
There's a part of me, right, Tim, that went, man, nothing sweet about me, bro. That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to do. Hold on a second.
You don't like
bro.
being nice, bro.
That's what I wanted to say. And everybody tuning in there that's out there locked up, trust me. All right.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing sweet around here, except for Jesse's birthday. And
You ain't getting my
Valentine's Day.
cornbread.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say thank you everybody for tuning in. One of the goals that I was trying to do this month, and just I hadn't really got a chance to talk to the rest of the crew, but we did definitely wanted to highlight some it's Black History Month, so I'm it's cool, Tim, that you're on here, and
Thank you.
you're a member of the BIPOC community, so that I like that, and I'm excited to hear your story and ask you some questions. And that's one thing we want to do in the month of February. We want to do it every month, but just it is Black History Month, so we wanted to get some people on here that represented the BIPOC community, so that their voice could be heard. So glad you're on here.
Thank you.
We got some good questions for you. I think you got prepped a little bit, so you're ready.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they get prepped.
Yeah.
I like it more like
Just from the
Yeah.
It's like a tester.
yeah.
It is.
Jumping down like to catch them off guard, bro.
like a tester. Were you
Test
ever,
run.
would you ever do? Were you ever a tester?
No, I usually have it.
You usually have. I know one time I was
I would
was
love to
running-
be the tester.
I had just
How come I
yeah.
didn't get this job?
I did it one time, and I was like hoping there was this dude I used to the name Big Headed Corey is what they call him.
Oh, I remember, bro. Big.
Yeah, and I'm riding
I know him
around
too.
from Southside.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
He was up Kentucky with me.
Ah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it was me, him, and this dude Steve that I was cool. They are all cool peeps, man. Me and Steve were in Rubicon together, but we were riding in the van. They were like, man, I thought I was so special, right? Because he was like, yeah, man, we want you to test this first. And I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna test. I'm
Yeah.
Put
gonna-
me in,
I
coach.
was like, hell, and I ain't got to
Yeah.
pay nothing. All right,
Yeah.
bet. Look at that junk up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that junk right. All right, I'll do this
Yeah.
every time for you.
Yeah.
This was before the fentanyl had hit the scene too, though. So now you got to worry about that.
Facts.
I'll
Yeah.
do this every time. I'm here for service.
Yes, I would be the tester.
Yeah.
Tested my way right back to prison.
Yeah. Funny how that works
Yeah.
out. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Test success.
Yeah. Well, look, Trav and Olaf, man, I'm glad they got you on here, Tim.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, we typically don't, like Trav was talking about, man. We typically go off the cusp, and we just kind of go with it, man. But we've been we are open to be taught on how to do this, because one thing we don't know is, we're not podcast people. So some suggestions was let's have like some questions, and let's have something set for you. So I'm glad we do got some things in place, but we might go off script a little bit.
Yeah.
You feel free to speak what you want to
Yeah, I'm
speak.
good.
Be yourself, have fun. Trav, are you Tim's recovery coach?
Oh no, I'm not Tim's recovery coach. Who was your recovery coach?
Grant and Richard.
Oh yeah, Grant.
Yeah, I got
Richard.
two of them.
And so by extension, he is in my recovery coach family, because
Yeah.
I was Grant's recovery coach. Me and Olaf were.
Yeah.
And so man, that gives me a lot more excitement for you now, because
Yeah.
you're a future rock star here. I mean, that's how it usually turns out in
Thank
our recovery coach family, bro.
And Trav, you pretty involved with all the intensive people, even if you're not coaching them.
Yeah.
He is.
Well, yeah, that's good. That's a good trait to have as here as a PRS. Well, look, Tim, man, congratulations, because
Thank
you getting ready to commence, right? You getting ready to
He
complete that
commenced last
28-day
night.
program.
I did it
Last
You
last
got your
night.
certificate? Okay,
Last night.
all right.
Yeah, I
okay.
did.
You
I
got that
did.
phone back and started getting on that phone.
Yeah.
Did they move you out? What house you in?
The Scott's house.
Okay, you moved over to Sky
Yes,
House.
sir.
How you feel, man? How's it feeling?
I mean, it feels good. It's a different way of life, though. It's teaching me how to live life on life terms, though.
You know what I thought was so cool, Tim, man?
What?
Like you were sitting in there, you probably had no idea. I mean, you probably were expecting your family. And I was out in the parking lot when they pulled up, and they were like, I thought they were looking for an NA meeting. They were like,
Mhm.
is this the program right here? I was like, what are you looking for the
Yeah.
chubby? Yeah. I said, are you Tim Ricks' family? I said,
Yeah.
oh, you're gonna make it right in time.
Yeah.
Get on up there. So what kind of feeling was that to have your
It was like
family there supporting you?
It made me it gave me a warm feeling, because that's the little bit of family that I had since on the 4th of July, I had a bad experience. I watched my homeboy get killed in front of me, right? And then my grandma and my uncle and my aunt died at the same time while I was locked up. So, you know, she my cousin, but I call her my sister. So, you know, it gave me a good feeling though. You know,
Look,
it
go ahead.
it made me want to go more, you know.
Yeah.
Made me do
Give you
what
more
I
of a
want to do.
desire.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And,
Was
go ahead.
because speaking of family, and I know a little bit, about your story, Tim. But what, how did you get connected with McShann? Like, what brought you to McShann?
A staff member by the name of Talene. She told me about the program. She told my sister, and my sister told me.
Is Tylene are y'all family or just friends?
No, that's my cousin.
Okay, all right. So she is cousin. Yeah. Okay, all right. So did you and Tylene run around together using?
Yeah, we used to get high on the street together.
Oh man. Yeah. So when you heard she was doing good,
so I had to do it.
Yeah.
It brought tears to her eyes though.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was a big step though, man, because you know I've been doing wrong so long, I don't know how to do right. You know, and once I got that pathway, this program taught me a pathway, how to love myself and how to network, and I be trying to hang around. Like yesterday, I could have went out, but I ain't go out though. I stayed around. I ain't gonna never forget where I came from.
So talking about pathways, I think what was brought to my attention was that you're interested, or you're thinking about starting a new pathway.
Yeah.
Tell us about. I'm curious. I didn't hear about what it was. Tell me about it.
A barbershop, running a barbershop.
You cut hair?
Yeah,
you know who else cut hair?
Huh?
You know who else cut hair?
Who?
Let me tell you a story about this, right?
Okay.
A little story.
Okay. Yeah. Now we're talking about cutting hair. This will go off script a little bit.
Okay.
Tim,
you might have a new employee.
I don't know now. Let me tell you first.
I'm hot price.
He cut hair, right?
Yeah.
And so I had him go over my house and cut my son's hair, right?
Yeah.
And my son's got curly hair, right? He's it's
man.
curly. You know
I wasn't having.
The kids nowadays, it's like a popular thing, period. But he's already naturally curly hair.
Yeah.
So he's got all these curls everywhere.
It's kind of like a fro, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like a
temper table.
It's like, well,
Yeah.
no, there was no temper, no
no,
taper
yeah.
on this one. This was
Nothing's
more like
tapered.
a moonshiner.
Okay.
Backwoods of Kentucky.
but so he don't, he wants his hair cut right, but he don't want them curls messed with, right? And so Trav goes over there and cuts about 2 inches off his curls.
Good 2 inches, a couple locks.
And him and his friend are sitting there, right? And so
his friend's just dogging him the whole time.
Oh man,
and it was beautiful. I mean,
yeah.
for me.
So look, so when I get home, Trav is gone, and he's not gone yet. When I get home and I'm talking to them on Ryan, and they were like, man, we know your boy Trav got beat up in prison, cut people's hair.
Oh man,
they weren't happy.
Yeah, they don't say that.
They said,
and I had hooked him up too. I gave him the eyebrow thing. I hooked him in.
They said, "Well, no way he was cut people's hair in prison."
Yeah. Long
make it till you make it.
My life. You look good, though, Cam. I love you.
It ended up, and he thought, because you really couldn't tell. It looked good. It did. He still had his fro. It just was trimmed down a little bit, got the little round up and everything. But so that's something you trying to do, huh? You want to open up a barbershop?
I do.
So when you say I'm just,
here it comes.
Yeah, I know.
Made a fatal error.
Well, I just curious. I just explain the pathway to recovery to me with it.
They got a program. They come here, right? And I watched them when they come here, and I pulled up on the dude and asked him. He asked me, "Did I have an experience?" And I sat there. I said, "I can learn. I'm a quick learner." And I said, "I've been doing it for a little while, but I ain't got my license yet." He said, "I can go to his school." And I said, "I'll go to his school."
So basically, what you're explaining is just like a byproduct of connectivity.
Yeah, it's like networking.
Yeah. So like when we hear the word pathway, we think we're thinking of your pathway to recovery. Now you came up on a benefit of recovery. Of being connected.
Yeah.
I think Jesse was now we get it. You're not making up a whole new pathway. You're just walking in recovery. He was probably trying to focus in on more like, have you picked a pathway like
NA.
Yeah, there it is.
NA pathway.
Oh, well, what a coincidence.
Okay.
You're sitting with a couple of them right now also, bro.
Which and that is what kind of what was brought to me was that like you were starting your own pathway, but what you're trying to do is you start kind of like an internship, maybe is what you're saying?
I mean,
You
it's gonna do a lot with recovery too, because I'm gonna have a lot of recovery people work for me too.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
and
your
help them
vision
out.
of it.
Do
Yeah,
it. You
yeah,
know,
okay.
I'm the, I can pay them, but you know, I'm just gonna do like charity work around.
Okay. So you still haven't finished barbershop school? Okay.
I
So
got to go there.
okay. All right. All right.
I heard interest not to veer off, but I heard an interesting story since you've been here. Did somebody come across you and they thought you had been passed away
Oh yeah, yeah. I had a homeboy the other day come across me, and he said, he looked at me. I was going to buy shoes, and he was like, "Lil Temp," and came and ran and gave me a hug. He said, "Man, they said you was dead, man." So I talked to him for a little while, but I ain't talked to him too long. I told him, "Man, I'm in a program, man," and I said, I looked at him in his eyes and said, "Yeah, Lil Tim is dead because that ain't my name no more. My name is Timothy.
Oh,
The only time my name gonna change is when I get married." I said, I'm in different things now, man. I'm in recovery, trying to get myself together, and he just walked off.
Where so Timothy then.
Yeah.
So Timothy, where are you from? What part of
Jackson
Richmond?
Ward.
Are you from Jackson Ward?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Post Street. I was
Okay.
raised on Post Street, but moved to Jackson Ward.
Okay.
I like this, man. I like this point of view. You're like,
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, because a lot of times we come in and we're like, we know we got to change a few things. We got to do, and this is a slow
wrong with your
process,
microphone?
and
Yeah.
it isn't a race. But you got the point of view as a man. I want to change everything.
I mean, yeah, like I can change. Just because I change don't mean people change. It's still gonna be the same out there. So I
Yeah.
try to stay away from them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. That's first step stuff right there. You can't change. You powerless over other people. The only
Yeah.
thing you can change is you. That's for
Yeah.
sure. You can definitely work and change you.
I've been wanting to get my story and share my story.
Yeah. You on it. You on it. You gonna share it.
Yeah.
That's right. Heck yeah. What are y'all two doing over there? I'm just curious. Sorry, Timothy.
Besides being awesome,
Yeah.
salute.
Don't he look look at Olaf. Don't
I know, bro. He's got the two
Yeah.
buttons
Like
down,
it.
bro. I mean, he's totally disco
in-
right now, bro.
is it disco?
Yeah, damn right it is.
It's got like the disco slab. You know, back then there was the gangsters running around the disco scene. What I call it?
Yeah, John Travolta.
Can you dance?
Okay.
That's definitely somebody that knows how to dance
Yeah.
or doesn't know how to dance at all. But Olaf calls it cutting a rug anyway.
Yeah.
Two-stepping, cutting a rug.
He can cut a mean rug.
Can you shine the camera over there on y'all too, Steve? I want everybody that's incarcerated to see this guy right here. This is our producer.
Look at that.
See that back there? He's the producer.
He looks like a
He
producer.
looks like a producer.
He looks
too,
like a
huh?
producer.
He's
He's definitely our
dressed like a
producer. He told me what questions to ask and told me what I can and can't do up here. So I like that.
Yeah, I like that, man. Take
Follow some guidance. Yes. Yeah.
They remain
So-
teachable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look.
that's
So
what
look. Yeah. Right. Ain't teachable. I love. Hey, look. You don't think last night I seen what was going on? You secretly listen to little things I say, and I love that. I don't blame him.
Did you say something?
Yeah. he silently listens to. I'm saying he silently listens to stuff I say to him when it's just me and him, and then it's out and he does it, and I watch it. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, Trav, I see you. But he asked a question. That's crazy. So somebody thought you were dead.
Yeah.
Did they? What they thought you? I mean, what
they
happened?
had it on Facebook, all that, man.
Really?
Yeah, he thought he seen a ghost because he stared at me for like an hour though.
Man.
How
Yeah.
long you been locked up?
For 2 years, but I always get locked right back up, man.
So where'd you just come home from this time?
Lunenburg.
Lunenburg. So are we in Lunenburg?
We should be.
We might be in Lunenburg. So if
Yeah.
you got anybody you want to shout out,
I mean, yeah.
He was ready to go. Hey, look,
Yeah.
go ahead. I don't got any. Actually, you know what? So Lunenburg is is that the privately run one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my sister's she's got her daughter's father is incarcerated there. His name is Malcolm.
Malcolm.
And I forgot his last name. That's some
Mc-
bank robbery
McDowell-
charges.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
the bank robbery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in there. He had like 20. He's probably getting close to maybe half. of
Man,
it
that's
now
been
with
a
his time.
while ago
Oh,
now,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. I
You
forgot his
were
last name.
driving a car that it kind of looked like the one David Mullins drives right now.
Yeah,
That
well, yeah,
was-
yeah. So you came home from there though?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, you definitely, if you got anybody there, you definitely say they might be watching, tuning in,
Yeah.
man. You know how long? So you were there 2 years?
Yeah,
Over 2 years.
2 years.
So they send you straight there from what jail did you get locked up in?
Henrico.
And then you didn't stay there long, huh?
Mm-mm.
Man, you know, back in the day, you've been doing that time for a
Yeah,
minute.
I'm 46, man. That's all
Yeah.
I know how to do is
Well,
All right.
I'm 45. I'm getting ready to turn 45, and I know back I haven't done time. You know, I'm 12 years in recovery. But like I remember one time I filed a writ to get up. I was in the regional jail, Riverside, and I paid money to file
1984
those writs so they would come ship me because I was trying to get out the jail.
You get shipped
because back in the day you couldn't. You
18
sat in
months,
jail.
2 years.
Still
Going
ain't finished with court
crazy.
yet. You,
Bro, you ever like went so crazy like you had a stack of magazines and like somebody borrowed one and you were like, man, if you don't have this magazine back, when I said that, you're like,
it's called institutionalized. Stay struck.
If you don't bring my bad magazine back at the appointed time,
you would stay struck.
It's tough, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's
I've only
tough-
read
it's
it
tough,
17 times, but I like it right in order where it's supposed to go.
Make it
3
neat.
down. Still haven't found that magazine.
Caught on.
I'm over it now, though. I've done some work.
Hey, Timothy is Lunenburg level 3, level 4? What is it?
That's
No, Lunenburg
that's a 2.
like a 1, 2.
Yeah. It's a mixture.
Yeah,
It's not a 3.
nuh-uh.
Huh.
It's
Okay.
way back camp.
I didn't know it was a camp though.
Yeah, it is.
They
It's
just
small.
serious-
You got. It's a little. It's just like you got 4 building, you got 5 building. You got 6 building, you got 1 building. It ain't number like 5 different little.
It's not a level 1 though.
Yeah, it's like a 1, 2. Cause I was a level 1.
Did it change?
Yeah, it changed.
Okay, because
They got a like a program. You ready to go home? The reentry.
Yeah, because it wasn't always.
Yeah, it
1
won't
and 2.
always.
Okay, yeah,
No, it
yeah,
won't always. It changed.
It
You
had
just
to
said,
change.
look how long you ain't been in there.
Yeah,
It didn't change.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
No excuse for it. Just let it flow.
So where else? Where else? You
Roll.
said you've been doing time for.
I've
what
been
else
in
you-
Nottoway, Greensville, Deep Meadows, Mecklenburg, Basseville. Man, I've been getting locked up since I was 14. All my teens, all my 20s, all my 30s, and all my 40s. I never had a birthday on the street. My birthday August the 6th. I'm always locked up.
So I just want to talk about the time inside those places, man. Just so anybody out there listening, because we joke and play, and it's a good thing we're able to laugh about like our past.
Yeah.
But like it won't no fun.
Nah.
Now, if you do time, you learn how to do time so that
Yeah.
it'll go by, right?
Yeah.
And part of that is whatever routine you got, whether it's having joking, playing, working out, whatever it is, you learn how to do it, right? And so we can look back on it and laugh, but like it definitely won't no fun.
It was misery going through it.
Misery is terrible.
Yeah.
And so speaking of some of those places you were at, what was the worst thing you ever seen incarcerated?
Man, see, I watch a dude, a person, man. I seen a person get stabbed to death, and they just walked over him. See, I was in the gang, right? I'm a blood, right? Not no more, right? But it's a lot of things that go on in there, man. It's just like the streets, man. You got drugs in there, you got a lot of them guys, man. They try to get in where they fit in, man, because they don't know how to. They ain't never been loved before, so they think a gang is the right way to go, but it's not the right way to go because they'll turn on you too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Whatever float their boat though. But me though, I did my time. I didn't go in there. I be to myself, and I sat around, and I got a little mob I hang around. My circle real small because all my friends dead. I'm like the last man standing, like Bruce Willis. So they say that all right. I joined the gang. I was going to church service. I'd have been everything, man. Except for
Timothy. So you're not on count no more. You're not.
No, I'm inactive right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did that?
When I came home, I was a GF for a gang called Boomtown, right? I'm still inactive, but I fold my flag. Folding your flag is meaning you can get out, but you can't never get out of it. You can either die out of it, blood in, blood out. So I talked to a higher person up top, and he said, man, I told him I was in the program, and I told him my story, so he gave me my walking papers.
When did you do that when you was down or when you got out?
When I got out.
Okay.
Before I came here, I shot it 21 with him.
Yeah. So was man, I can imagine because I know, I hear you talk about like the blood in, the blood out, and I know how especially the old school people that were in gang, the old school gang. There's like it's a newer generation coming in.
It ain't like it used to be, man. Back then it was like growth, development growth. Like gangs used to help people, man. It was like an organization like the Black Panthers, but now it ain't, man. Every brother ain't your brother now.
Yeah.
Right.
But so
I think Jesse's also talking about it used to be like a little harder to get out too.
yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was talking about. So
yeah, but
now,
now it's kind of like lax.
it's
the
watered down
structure-
now.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
structure.
Anybody can be a blood.
Yeah.
You know, they come to find out they join the gangs, and they might say this person don't like this blood, might don't like this blood, might say he messing with boys and get them dubbed out, get them beat up for nothing. I mean, I can tell you a story. Like I was in Greensville, and they sent the kite all the way to Greensville. Greensville big because you can do time and you can be in there. You never know I'm in there.
Yeah.
That's how big it is,
Yeah.
right? So make a long story short, they sent a message across the yard saying dude was snitching. They beat him to a pulse and killed him. And the next day they come to find out he ain't snitch.
yeah.
Mm.
So I just for people listening in on this, right? Listen to what Timothy's saying, what happened in prison, right? Because like inside prison, it's like a whole world inside of another world, right? They thought somebody was snitching and beat them to death, right? You
Mhm.
know, that's what happens in prison. So like
And
anybody
that could
that's
have been off
tuning in,
just some gossip.
yeah,
or
just
Yeah,
some
he
somebody
said-
talking
man,
crap.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything.
So you out there tuning in and you aren't incarcerated, but you running the streets and you doing the things that we do and we're using. Just think about that. That's the end result, or death. You know, well, death will happen in there. And you know, because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and you know, I'm very, because prison was a part of my story, so I like hearing different prison podcasts. There's a lot of prison podcasts out there. It's like I guess people are really fascinated with it. So every now and then I'll listen to different stuff, and you know, and I hear stuff, man, and sometimes it's glamorized on these podcasts, and I just want to make sure like that's not the attempt that we're trying to do. We really want to, you know, we want to spread a message of hope out there, and you know, Timothy, you know, put the flag down. You know, he was able to try to, you know, he's able to do it in a way that, because you know, coming out of a gang, right?
It's hard.
It's hard, and you know, like you said, blood in, blood out. Sometimes it's usually death, or like you get looked upon as like you're weak or something of that nature, you know. And you were able to come out, you know, in a healthy way, you know.
Yeah.
Healthy is maybe not the best word, but in like a way that didn't
I ain't come out
reflect.
healthy.
Yeah, but
yeah.
it was in a way that doesn't reflect bad on
Yeah,
your character, right? Like you weren't, you know, doing, you know, when I say character, I'm talking about, you know, being incarcerated, the whole that thing, right? So, but that takes a lot of courage, right? Because you know, now you're trying to do what's right for you, you know, and that's gonna be a story, man. Like if you keep doing what you're doing,
Yes, sir.
right, you're gonna be able to reach some people because, man, look, man, Timothy's was, you know, he was running with the Bloods, right?
Yeah.
You know, and you have put the flag down, and you here, and you trying to do what's right for you to get right. Let me ask you, right? And man, I don't want to buy. You seen somebody get violated? You know, I know that R word's gonna have to get bleeped out on YouTube. They won't let you say that, right? But I'm glad we recording this, right? But like that's some traumatic stuff,
Yeah.
right? And like I'm talking like for you to see, to witness, you witness somebody get stabbed, walked over, you witness somebody get violated, a man, we're talking about a grown man, like it's because it's not kids in there, it's a grown man get violated. That's trauma. That's some traumatic stuff.
Yeah,
right?
he had owed a favor.
Yeah.
The sack came in, and you know he ain't had the money to pay for it, so you know he had to pay another way.
Yeah, so what we're saying is that, like, I mean, it's
Traumatized.
crazy to see, and I've
Traumatized.
seen like, well, similar stuff. I don't know if
Yeah.
it was a willing or whatever, but it was traumatizing to me.
Yeah.
But at the time, it's more like it just is what it is. You just
Yeah.
keep it moving. It becomes abnormal becomes normal.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, similarly, like we've done a lot of time also,
Yeah.
and like, so you don't even recognize that as something that even
You see and you don't see.
yeah. So you're just like, oh, that's just normal
Yeah.
because we've done, you know, significant amount of time here and there. It's just like, oh, that's just whatever.
Yeah.
But does it affect you somehow?
I mean, it does, right? At the time, it didn't, right? But now, as I got older, it do, man. It was harsh for to watch that, man. You know, he cried like a baby and tried to squirm, man. They tricked him, you know. If a person can trick you, they can beat you, man.
Yeah.
They tricked him. They reeled him in.
Yeah.
Told him come in and said they had something for him and got the gate. And hate to say it though, man. the person that run it, he was in on it too, because he set the man, he shut the sale for the man.
Yeah. So what we're saying is like now that you have like a time to decompress, and now like you're not like you're starting to think a different way.
Yeah.
But you look on that and you're just like, man, this is just crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's how it is. Like I look back on some of the stuff, and it's like, and like what to what you're talking about, Travis. We just like
custom.
We become accustomed to it, and it's
like
it's all right. When it's not.
Yeah, and then like when you get out and you're able to sit still for a minute and think about that, like because when I hear you talk about it now, and I've been removed from jails and prisons, and I've been removed from using drugs, right? So when I hear some things about it, it's like, man, like because I know that affects you, right? That affects you, man. Because there's a part like check. This is how much it affects. Like I know for me, right? Because you want to like if I see somebody getting hurt, this is for me, right? I see somebody get hurt, I want to stick up for them.
Yeah.
But like when you incarcerated, you gotta understand, like you end up putting your nose in that. Next thing you know, you gonna get hurt, right? And so it's really, really hard to like digest that for people like if I know for me it's hard to digest that, man, because I'm like nah, I don't want to see. And then I so that's tough, man. So I appreciate you sharing that with us, man, because Timothy, this and everybody out there listening, man, Timothy's here getting his life together. He just finished the program, building, like Trav, you said his family you building the family back, like you are gonna are a shining light to those listening, because we in a lot of jails and a lot of prisons. A lot of people took that wrong turn, and they in there right now, and they sitting on that bunk and they listening to us, and they probably wondering the same things that we wondered when we were locked up. So let me ask you, man, like what sparked you to get that help? Like what was the thing to pick up that phone? Like what was it, man?
My mother in the hospital, and I was like, she told me before I got locked up, she was like, if I get sick, who gonna help me? So I was like, I'm gonna help you. And she started laughing. So now I look at it like this, man. I made a promise to her, man. I ain't gonna never get high no more. I'm gonna get right. At least if something happened to her, man, I'm gonna be clean. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. And I made amends to her that if I every time, this how I don't use. If I use, I look at it like I'm gonna die or my mama gonna die. So I don't use. And I'm not saying I'm doing it for my mama, I'm doing it for myself, because I've been doing it since I was 13. I'm 46 years old, man. I got a bad liver. You know what I mean? I had I ain't had no AIDS or nothing, I had hep C, I got cleared for that in the penitentiary, but I don't use needles or nothing. But for those who out there getting tattoos, man, don't get no tattoos, man, because you'll catch something, But how I got on this path though, man, my mother, man, because that's the only person I got left, right? And my pops.
Yeah, I had hep C too, so I get it. I think probably everybody that put that needle in their arm at one time or another ends up getting hep C. But you're right. Were they doing the Infurion treatments in there?
I had to take the pills.
Okay. Yeah, they got a lot of new treatments for the hep C. Yeah. They got treatments for HIV too, man.
That was actually a good suggestion for anybody that's locked up.
Yeah,
you want to get tatted up,
and
it's dirty as hell.
Yeah,
it's just dirty. There's no way to duck the microbes, bro. Leave the pluckers alone.
I ain't never had one pluck, but when I was at Mecklenburg, I had my whole rib cage done. And when you incarcerated, when you in prison, they do it. Somebody's got to watch, and they got to stop and come back. So it's like not like
don't get it finished.
Yeah, so like it hurts because they get it at the shop. Yeah, it's a long process with it, right? The shop is a little different, right? They can go in there and do it. But good stuff, man. Real good stuff. I on a lighter note, I heard that. Well, let me ask you, what's maybe one of the outlandish things you ever did to try to get the next one?
Man, God Almighty, man! I robbed my mama's sister's son, which is my first cousin. and we lived in the same
Hold on,
house.
hold on. What did you just say?
Yeah.
You
So that,
robbed
we
your
went through the
mother.
family tree there.
I robbed. yeah.
So
Put
top
it,
to bottom.
to
Yeah.
put it in period
Rundown.
form, man. I robbed my aunt's son.
Yeah.
Which is my mama's sister.
Yeah.
My first cousin. We live in the same house.
So you robbed your cousin.
Yeah, I
you
pulled a
robbed your
pistol
damn
on him.
cousin.
I told him, give the meal, give the God.
I like the way he was very, very informative on that.
Man, I done done it all. I done sold
Look,
soap
I
before,
know that
man.
you and Jesse probably don't know what
I
the
done
hell
lied
a
and said I
cousin
had a sale around the corner and didn't have it. And man, I done it all, man.
is. Bro, you must have read a
Timothy,
lot of
Timothy, why you ever say you robbed your cousin?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you went through like the whole family lineage, like Leviticus
Like out of
chapter
the
6,
Bible?
like where and he begot those who begot them, and he just ended up being my cousin.
Yeah.
That was good. That
Yeah.
was good. He said, "Yeah, just my cousin."
Yeah. To put it plainly, and his cousin.
So hold on. Good stuff, man. Well, look, we getting ready to end. Timothy, what you got? You got anything? Any parting words? Anything you want to say to anybody out there locked up, or anybody out there that's anybody could be listening that's looking for help,
Yeah.
or might be out there
I
still
mean,
riffing and running. Anything
all
you
I
want to
can
say to them?
Yeah, all I'm saying, man, is everybody keep their head up, man. You don't have to use, man. If you think about using, man, calling someone, man. You know, the numbers on the screen. If you want help, get help, man. Ain't nothing wrong with getting help. I got help. It helped me.
Yeah,
That's
I love
right.
that,
Good
man.
stuff.
I love Tim's story, man. Just after like years and years of being locked up and being on the recycling wheel of addiction, man, is just a moment with his family sparked a feeling in him to say, man, I want to be there for myself and be there for my family. And the way I got to do that is I got to try something new.
Yeah.
And and so far he's done that, man. And you're shining,
Thank
Timothy.
Thank you.
And,
Yeah, good stuff, Timothy. Thank you, and thank you
Thank
to our producer Olaf back
Excellent
Thank you.
job.
Oh,
on
there.
that.
Good job,
Excellent
Olaf.
job.
Steve,
Good prep.
thank you back there.
Absolutely.
Everything you do. And look, Georgia, we got that phone call from you the other
Albany,
day, man.
Georgia.
Yeah.
So and we got some from South Carolina as well, and there was a couple from North Carolina that came through on these phones. I get these phones after hours, and a lot of times these calls from these jails are coming in. But we were able to field one of the calls, and y'all were real excited to talk to the star Travis here. You couldn't wait
What
to
up
tell
to
me.
the,
So
to the pod, the Albany pod. I forget the name of the jail, but anyways,
you
the phone
forgot
was
the name of the jail. They
No,
didn't forget
I
your
got it.
name, but
I
you forgot
know.
their name.
I'm so sorry, ladies. I'll get better with this, but listen, this gives me an opportunity to say, because sometimes those phones are a little staticky. I can't hear what you're saying, and maybe you can hear me. And and you have questions like, what's the process? What do I do? And just so you know, like, write us here. It's 2300 Dunbarton Avenue, Richmond, Virginia. Write us a letter, the McShin Foundation, and when we have somebody that reads those, we actually open them up, we read them, and we can give you the information you need. Like, pose all your questions and your concerns and the information you need, and we'll get it back to you promptly. They're pretty quick about it. So that is what I was trying to relay over the phone, and I know it hung up. And so now you know, when you hear this, you'll know how to do it.
And we definitely will write you back. And I'll tell you now too, the process, the best thing for you to do out of state, in state, if you get out and you're incarcerated, just come see us. Just come in person. We can't really guarantee anything over the phone, but if you have some family that wants to reach out and try to get you some services connected, you can do that as well. But we'll email you. We'll mail you a letter, and it definitely has the information on what we do and what Travis is talking about.
You might get my signature. You never know. I'm just saying, there's perks to these things.
Oh, okay.
Autographs. Yeah.
Autographs.
You know what?
Some 8x10s.
So you want to start doing the jail now?
Negative.
That's no. You know what? Now you might. Yes, I'm all for this.
Never mind. I'm going to tell you what. You won't get my signature.
But look, y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. If you happen to come across this on YouTube, the best thing you can do is subscribe to the YouTube channel and like, comment, and share this. If anybody out there, if you know Timothy here, family members tuning in, subscribe to the podcast. Do us a favor, subscribe, like, and share this content. All right.
Thanks. Peace. That was good stuff, Brad.